Hey, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be installing the VIOFO A229 Pro 3-channel dash cam. Kind of under the gun this weekend. We head out to Big Bend next weekend and I need to get the dash cam installed. And last night I went ahead and installed power inverter to charge our EcoFlow Delta 2. So I ran it, and then the cable now lives underneath the driver's seat. So whenever we're camping the couple of weekends out of the month, I'll just plug in the power inverter, and then the Delta 2 lives right here behind the driver's seat, and it can charge if we ever need it. We'll test it this weekend at Big Bend and see if we'll actually need it, but it's just there just in case. That's why I didn't want to install it permanently behind the back seat, because that was also a thought. I was just going to install it, mount it to the back wall, and it'll just live there permanently. But that was just extra weight that I just don't need during the weekdays and the 95% of the time that I'm using the truck. Alright, let's get into it. Talk a little bit about the install. So we're going to mount the main camera here in this area. I'm going to put the internal camera here, and then so I'm going to route the cables across, all the way across, down this pillar. I'm going to remove it here in a second. Then it'll come into this area, kind of already taken it apart, and then the excess cables and wires will live in this area here. And then if I can find power, which I should be able to since there's a fuse box here, then I'll probably tap into a 12-volt source and also an ignition as a turn on. And then we'll route the back camera up and across here and towards the back, and then the back camera will live right here since this window slides that way, and then that'll be it. And if you want a more in-depth video, I probably did a more in-depth video on the Maverick, but it's practically the same. I don't expect any differences. I need to go back and finish the Maverick. The fuse panel is in the floorboard right there for the Maverick, so I should be able to tap in and find 12 volts over there. But for the ease of the install, I just ran it up and hid it in the center console and plugged it into the USB port. Alright guys, since I'm under the gun and I gotta get it done this weekend, let me knock this out and I'll show you what it looks like once we're all done. Alright, some quick update on what I got so far. So I took the bundle into this area for the interior camera. I took the excess in the headliner. I've dropped down that A-pillar just so I can run the excess cables and power down into the floorboard area and into that area. Should find power there as well. I pulled the weather seal out just so that it can help me tuck the rear camera wire up into the headliner, and I've done that in the back as well. Tuck it up into that panel and then back to the camera. Alright guys, it's all installed. I had to hurry and just knock it out before it got too late, it got too hot. Next week we're heading out to Big Bend. So I just wanted to update. We ran the interior camera, tucked all the excess in this area here, and it plugs in on this side. We ran power and the rear camera all along here, down this A-pillar. Alright, pulled this panel out so that we could access in here. This entire panel just drops down. There's a fuse box back here where you can tap into power. I tucked my excess there. And for the rear camera, we just ran it all along here. It sits back, and it sits back there. You can see. Let me show you what it looks like. Alright, let me show you what it looks like on the phone. So there's the front camera looking out. That black piece that's sticking out on the bottom right is the shroud for the rear view mirror and whatnot. So it's just there. I could have moved the camera a little bit further away from it to get a better view, but then it'd be just kind of in the way, so we're just gonna live with that there. Alright, here's the interior camera. You can adjust the exposure a little bit to get some more exposure, but I think it looks good like that. I mean, with the way everything is in the center console, that's the furthest over that camera is going to live, so it's going to offset the camera a little bit to the side, but it's all good. Main thing is seeing the passenger and into the back seat. And that's the view looking out the back. It's through the factory tint plus 5% tint that I have on top, so I bumped the exposure up to +2 just so we can get a little bit more out of that view. But yeah, pretty straightforward. If you want more details, don't hesitate to ask in the comments, and I'll answer what I can. And then also check out the video we did for the Ford Maverick, and there will be more details in that video. Went ahead and installed the app. You do most of the programming through the app. You turn on the Wi-Fi and you log into the device through the Wi-Fi password. Be sure to change your password as soon as possible, just so other people aren't able to log into your device and make any changes. Pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. And if you guys found this informative, please give us a like and subscribe. That helps us put out some more content and get some more product to get installed so you guys can check it out. If there's anything you guys want to see installed, please let us know in the comments as well. Next video up should be us loading up for Big Bend and heading out to there. This will be the first off-road test that we do with the Raptor. I wish we could take both the Raptor and the Maverick Tremor out there, but it's just too much of a drive. But maybe at another time. Alright, thank you guys. Have a great weekend.